Ancient Egypt was a land of wonders, ranging from their awe-inspiring pyramids to the mighty pharaoh and impressively developed technology. The ancient Egyptians paved the way for advancements in architecture, engineering, and even medicine. Despite all this, what is mostly overlooked through the time of the ancient Egyptians is some of the incredible creatures they lived alongside. Animals that were part of their daily life, their culture, and world. Today, those animals are gone. In this video, we will take a step back in time and meet the creatures that once walked with the ancient Egyptians. The fifth animal of the list is the North African elephant, also known as the Loxodonta africana pharaohensis. This remarkable creature once inhabited North Africa, including regions of ancient Egypt. It was a significant part of the region's ecosystem because it was smaller and more elusive than the modern-day African savanna elephant. It primarily lived in the coastal areas of North Africa, stretching from the Atlas Mountains all the way down to the Nile Delta, where ancient texts and art suggest that it was also spotted near the Libyan desert. The environment at the time had more greenery, providing ideal conditions for this giant. Meanwhile, in terms of appearance, the North African elephant looked a lot like its modern-day relatives, but with some notable differences. It had shorter tusks that curved upward, perfect for navigating dense vegetation. Its ears were smaller too, helping it retain moisture in the arid regions it occasionally visited. And, when it comes to size, it wasn't as towering as the African savanna elephant. It stood around 3 meters tall at the shoulder and weighed up to 5 tons. While smaller, it was still a colossal creature when compared to other animals of its time. To put it in perspective, it was roughly the size of a modern SUV, but could bulldoze a forest like a tank, which certainly means its body mechanics were just as remarkable. The elephant's trunk, for example, was a multi-tool. It had over 40,000 muscles, making it incredibly flexible and strong. It could pull down tree branches, delicately pluck leaves, or even scoop water to drink. Its jaw was equally impressive. It crushed tough plant material like bark with a bite force powerful enough to grind bone. Despite that, its hollow cheekbones kept its massive head lightweight and functional for movement. With this in mind, what made this elephant really unique was its specialized adaptations. Its tusks were straighter and thinner, ideal for maneuvering through dense shrubs rather than open savannas. Its feet had soft pads, which not only cushioned its steps but also allowed it to move quietly, a must for survival in areas with predators. Its diet ranged from a large variety consisting of grass, shrubs, bark, and fruit. It likely behaved like modern elephants, living in herds led by matriarchs. They were highly sociable animals, communicating through low-frequency rumbles that could travel through multiple miles. These calls helped them coordinate movements and avoid danger. Fossil discoveries have been sparse, mostly because the North African climate doesn't preserve ancient remains very well. However, ancient carvings, pottery, and writings fill in the gaps. Egyptian tombs occasionally depict them, and historians believe they were sometimes captured for ceremonial or military purposes. Sadly, humans played a huge role in their extinction. Ancient Egyptians hunted them non-stop as they were prized for their tusks, meat, and even as war animals. Combined with habitat loss due to desertification and agriculture, their population dwindled. Around 6,000 years ago, they were gone, leaving only their story behind. In number 4, we have the Atlas bear, who is the only bear native to Africa. It lived in the dense forests and rugged mountain regions of North Africa, mainly in the Atlas Mountains. It thrived in areas that provided a mix of shelter, water, and abundant food sources. These bears were once widespread, but their range gradually shrank as humans expanded into their habitat. What separated this bear from others was that it had thick, coarse fur, usually a dark brown or black color, with reddish tinges around the head and neck. Its face was more elongated than modern bears, and its powerful build was obvious in every movement. Its small but rounded ears and short snout made it look distinct compared to its European and American cousins. Besides that, the Atlas bear was large, weighing between 180 and 280 kilograms, with some males reaching up to 450 kilograms. It stood around 2.5 meters tall when standing on its hind legs, making it an imposing figure. For scale, it was bigger than a modern-day black bear, but smaller than a grizzly. Still, its size was enough to dominate its environment. Its body mechanics were impressive. The bear's massive jaw could crush bones with incredible force, allowing it to feast on even the toughest carcasses. Its claws were sharp and curved, perfect for digging into soil or tearing through bark to find insects or roots. One of its unique features was its fur. The dense, oily coat protected it from harsh winters and cold mountain winds. Almost like a built-in winter jacket, its paw pads were thick and rugged, designed for gripping rocky terrain and navigating slippery slopes. This made it a skilled climber, able to scale steep cliffs in search of food or safety. Surprisingly enough, the Atlas bear was an omnivore. Its diet included plants, berries, nuts, insects, and small animals. It scavenged when necessary, taking advantage of leftovers from larger predators like lions. It likely had seasonal feeding habits, fattening up to survive the longer months ahead. Socially, it was mostly solitary, except for during mating season or when a mother raised her cubs. Fossil evidence of the Atlas bear is quite rare but has been found in archaeological sites. Ancient Egyptian records also describe the bear. Egyptians sometimes traded their pelts, and later Romans even captured them for their gladiator games. These bears were used as a way to show power, wealth, and even dominance over other humans. As their environment dwindled, so did their food supply, leading to their eventual extinction in the late 19th century, after more than 10,000 years of fighting both humans and nature. In number 3, we have the Aurochs, the mighty ancestor of modern cattle. It roamed vast areas of Europe, Asia, and North Africa, including Egypt. These wild bovines thrived in forests, grasslands, and wetlands. They adapted well to varying climates, from the colder regions to the warmer Mediterranean areas. In ancient Egypt, they likely grazed along the Nile River and the surrounding savannas. Appearance-wise, the Aurochs was striking. It had a sleek, muscular frame, with a deep chest and long, sturdy legs. Its coat was dark, almost full black. The males of this species had impressively curved horns that could span up to 75 centimeters long. Females were slightly smaller with less pronounced horns but shared the same elegant physique. In terms of size, the Aurochs was massive. Bulls could stand up to 2 meters or 6.5 feet tall at the shoulder and weigh over 1,000 kilograms or 2,200 pounds, making them larger than any modern cattle. Their jaws were incredibly strong, capable of grinding tough vegetation with ease. This strength allowed them to graze on fibrous plants, bark, and even thorned bushes. Their legs were long and muscular, perfect for traveling great distances in search of food and water. Despite their size, they were surprisingly agile, able to run quickly to escape predators. What set Aurochs apart was their sheer resilience. Their thick skin provided protection against bites and scratches, while their horns were formidable weapons. These horns were not just for defense, but also for display, helping bulls establish dominance within herds. Their large nostrils enhanced their sense of smell, crucial for finding food and detecting threats. Aurochs were social animals, living in herds led by dominant bulls. Herds were essential for protection, as young calves needed the safety of numbers. Mating season brought fierce battles between bulls, with their horns clashing in dramatic displays of strength. In Egypt, their remains are sometimes found near early human settlements. They were likely hunted for food and depicted in art and hieroglyphs. Egyptians admired their size and strength, using their hides and bones in daily life. Some believe they inspired early domestication efforts, leading to modern cattle breeds. With this in mind, the Aurochs went extinct due to overhunting and habitat loss. As human populations expanded, forests and grasslands were cleared for agriculture. This destroyed their natural habitats, leaving them with fewer places to graze. Overhunting for meat, hides, and sport further reduced their numbers. The last known Aurochs, a female, died in Poland in 1627, marking the end of an era for this majestic creature. In number 2, we have the Quagga. The Quagga was a fascinating subspecies of the plains zebra. It once roamed the grasslands and semi-arid regions of Africa. Its name came from the sound of its bray, which resembled quah-ha-ha. Though extinct now, it was a crucial part of its ecosystem, shaping the landscape with its grazing patterns. The quagga had a unique appearance that set it apart from other zebras. Its front half was boldly striped in black and white, like a typical zebra. However, the stripes faded toward the back, blending into a solid brown coat. Its legs were mostly unstriped, giving it a two-tone look. This gradient pattern made it look like a mix between a zebra and a horse, and it was likely an adaptation to its habitat. When it comes to size, the quagga was slightly smaller than other zebras. It stood about 1.5 meters tall at the shoulder and weighed around 270 kilograms. Its compact size made it agile and well-suited for life in open grasslands. Its body mechanics were built for speed and endurance. The quagga's long muscular legs could propel it to speeds of up to 40 miles per hour. This made it a tough target for predators like lions and hyenas. Its hooves were perfectly shaped for running on hard, dry ground, providing excellent grip and stability. One of the quagga's most unique features was its coat pattern. Its appearance made it blend easily into the tall grasses of its habitat, acting as camouflage. Its mane was short and upright, adding to its distinctive silhouette. This made it harder for predators to single out individuals from a distance. Its teeth were strong and perfectly suited for grazing, with a grinding motion that efficiently broke down tough grasses. The quagga likely lived in small herds, led by a dominant male. These herds moved constantly, grazing on fresh vegetation and avoiding overgrazing in any one area. They were social animals, relying on group dynamics for protection and survival. Fossil evidence of the quagga is rare, but skins and bones have been preserved in museums. Unfortunately, not so much interaction with Egyptians is recorded, as the quagga was native to South Africa and didn't range with vast numbers far north to Egypt. However, its relatives, like the plains zebra, were known in North Africa and might have shared similar roles in the environment. By the late 19th century, their population had dwindled to critical levels. The last known quagga died in a zoo in Amsterdam in 1883, marking the tragic end of this unique zebra. Efforts to revive its appearance through selective breeding have been ongoing, but the original quagga remains lost to history. The last animal of our list is the Scimitar-Horned Oryx. It was a stunning antelope species native to the arid regions of North Africa. Its name came from its striking curved horns, which resembled a scimitar blade. The oryx had an elegant appearance. Its coat was mostly white, reflecting the harsh desert sunlight, while its chest and head featured a reddish-brown tint. It also had dark facial markings, almost like a mask. Its long, slender horns could grow up to 1 meter, curving gracefully backward. Both males and females had these impressive horns, which they used for defense and dominance battles. In terms of size, the Scimitar-Horned Oryx stood about 1.2 meters tall at the shoulder and weighed between 130 and 210 kilograms. For scale, it was about the size of a large deer, but much more robust. Its body was built for endurance, not speed, making it perfectly suited to the vast, open deserts it called home. The mechanics of its body were finely tuned for survival in extreme conditions. Its large, flat hooves allowed it to walk easily on soft, shifting sands, almost like built-in snowshoes. Its body had an efficient cooling system. The oryx could withstand body temperatures higher than most mammals before sweating to conserve water. It even recycled moisture through its nasal passages, reducing water loss. This unique adaptation allowed it to go long periods without drinking, relying instead on moisture from its food. The oryx's horns were not only defensive, but also symbolic. They helped establish hierarchy within herds and were effective against predators. Another fascinating feature was its fur. The white coat acted like a shield, reflecting the sun's rays and keeping the animal relatively cool during the hottest parts of the day. Its large ears helped with heat dissipation, functioning almost like natural radiators. The Scimitar-Horned Oryx fed on tough desert grasses. During the dry season, it would eat roots and tubers, which held onto more moisture. Fossil evidence and ancient art reveal much about the oryx's past. In Egyptian times, they were depicted in tomb paintings and carvings, often symbolizing strength and resilience. Egyptians hunted them for their meat and hides, but they were also admired and sometimes tamed. Their horns may have inspired the mythical unicorn in some cultures. The Scimitar-Horned Oryx went extinct in the wild due to a combination of factors. Overhunting, both for sport and trade, decimated their populations. Habitat loss from human expansion and desertification further reduced their numbers. By the 1980s, they were considered extinct in the wild. Fortunately, captive breeding programs and reintroduction efforts have brought hope, with small populations now being reintroduced to their native habitats. However, their full recovery remains a challenging journey. That being said, from the deserts to the Nile, these creatures were more than just part of the landscape. They were part of history. Thanks for watching. See you next time.